Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This meeting is hereby called to order. I am Catherine Powers, Chair of the MARTA Board of Directors. Is there anyone present tonight that needs a sign language interpreter or translator? Should anyone need assistance, staff is available. This public hearing is being conducted tonight at the Riverdale Town Center, 7210 Church Street, Riverdale, Georgia, 30274, to consider proposed bus service modifications effective December the 14th, 2024. I'd like to recognize the elected officials who are present. We have Councilman Frank Cobbs Jr. from the City of Riverdale, Ward 2. Thank you, Councilman Cobb. And we also have our senior staff representative who will be speaking to you later as well. We invite your comments at this public hearing to give residents and concerned citizens the opportunity to voice their opinion on the proposed bus service modifications effective December the 14th, 2024. When making the final decision on the proposal, the MARTA Board will consider comments received this evening along with any other letters received. In accordance with the MARTA Act, the MARTA Board of Directors has established rules governing public hearings, and copies of these rules have been made available to each of you. I want to particularly call your attention to Rule Number 2, which requires that all persons desiring to be heard must register with the official presiding over the hearing. Speakers will be heard in the order in which they register. At this time, we're going to hear from Ryan Van Sickle, Director of Technical Services and Service Planning, who will provide an overview of the proposed bus service modifications effective December the 14th, 2024. Thank you, Mr. Van Sickle.
Thank you. Good evening. I'd like to begin by thanking our customers. We truly appreciate your patronage and your support. MARTA typically conducts service modifications 3 times a year. These service modifications are informed by MARTA's service standards and adhere to federal Title VI regulations. The proposed changes for December 14th, 2024 include modifications to Route 191 and the associated complementary mobility ADA service. Details are as follows. To provide better access to jobs in the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport South Cargo area, it is proposed to modify Route 191 to travel along Airport Loop Road, South Cargo Drive, South Loop Road, and Lake Mirror Road Monday through Saturday. To facilitate this change, service is proposed to operate every 45 minutes instead of every 40 minutes on these service days. To simplify and improve service along Flint River Road, it is proposed that every Route 191 trip on all service days operate along Georgia 85 and Flint River Road, providing service every 45 minutes Monday through Saturday and every hour on Sundays. Route 191 service on Georgia 138 and Terra Boulevard between Georgia 138 and Flint River Road would be discontinued. However, the Georgia 138 segment would still be served by Route 198, and the segment of Terra Boulevard would still be served by Routes 192 and 193. This change is consistent with existing plans for Clayton County's bus service. For MARTA Mobility, complementary ADA service will be adjusted to reflect the modified route alignments to comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. Next steps in conclusion, the presentation of hearing results to the MARTA Planning and Capital Programs Committee will take place on September 26, 2024. MARTA Board adoption of the proposed service modifications would take place on October 10, 2024. This concludes the overview of the proposed service modifications for December 14, 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Van Sickle. We will now receive comments from the public on this subject. Please come forward when I call your name. I'm going to go in order in which the speakers have registered. A court reporter is making an official record, an official transcript, and we want your testimony and your testimony will become part of the public record. We want everyone who wishes to do so to have the opportunity to speak, so each person is limited to no more than 3 minutes. If there is anyone in the audience who would like to speak but who is not yet registered, if you'll raise your hand and we will provide you with a registration card to fill out. All right. We'll begin with Councilman Frank Cobbs.
Good evening, Madam Chair, and welcome, MARTA, and thank you for the service that you provide to the City of Riverdale and Clayton County. The current concern I have is dealing with safety and security at the bus shelters, and one of the things that was mentioned to me, is it possible to do solar panels so at dusk that we can get some lighting around the bus shelters for safety?
I'm not allowed to respond to public comment at the public hearing, but we're writing down everything you have to say, and we'll have somebody follow up with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alexander Lee.
Good evening to everyone, and good evening to MARTA and its staff. My name is Alexander Lee, and I was told today that one of my friends, his name is Ethan. He told me that this MARTA change would be something that would be detrimental to how he gets home, how he gets to school, how he participates in extracurricular activities, and how this change would limit his transportation. He also expressed that since his parents go through work and are not able to provide that transportation, this change would be something that would have to be well thought about concerning how it would be detrimental, as I said, to him. I'm here to support him. Unfortunately, he's not here yet, and he told me about this, so I'm here for that reason. But that's all in depth I can go into. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Russell Hope.
My name is Russell Hope. Good evening to everyone. Just to give you a little bit of back knowledge about myself, I moved to the Metro Atlanta area about 6 months ago. I've been riding the MARTA for the last 5 months. And I would like to open up by thanking you to perform, by giving us this platform to be heard. I'm going to stay within your 3 minutes. My experience with MARTA has overall been very pleasant. I would like to say that the change with Route 191 on Flint River Road spoke to some of my co-riders as well. We think that this actually will be a good thing. Consistency may start to come around on that route. So I would like to thank you guys for looking into this. And also, I would like to give some accolades to two of your people in your customer service domain, Ms. Terica and Ms. Tiki. Every time I call those individuals, by the way, I think they work for Mr. Pitts. There, if you can see that they receive that type of acknowledgement from me. They're very knowledgeable, very nice, and they're very helpful. Also, you have a Siobhan who drives bus 191. She actually had some downtime, so she took it upon herself to make the announcement about the meeting tonight and the changes. So you have people that are out in front of this thing, and I appreciate that. And also on report 198832, report number 198838, I also gave accolades to a couple more of your bus drivers. So if you can check that for me and make sure they receive the praise they actually deserve. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Albert Frederick. Okay. All right. Mr. Frederick is yielding his time. Queen Kathy Christian.
Good afternoon, or good evening, and thank you so much for the opportunity to speak. A couple things. I was told that maybe the 89 would also go down 138, and that would be great because we as riders are used to the frequency of two buses, 138, 150, 138 in Flint River at the end of the line, which is near the Jim Huey Swim Aquatic Center. So that being said, it would be great because if we have to wait for an extended time for the 198, it might be problematic, especially with the breakdowns, et cetera. So it would be great if the 89 went down there. I was told that possibly it could. So that would be great. Also, I brought this up there because I'm a person who cleans. I'm a community activist. I love cleaning areas because I don't think that normalizing filth or walking in filth is a good thing for our children, the next generation. That being said, thank you. Who will clean the bus stops if you don't have a contractor that's consistent, it would be great if you guys had an accountability system. We need to know who's going to clean the bus stops to include pressure washing, trash pickup, and additional trash cans. In particular, at the Walmart, which is here in Riverdale, we need a second trash can on the opposite side. Tonight I'm going to actually go clean up, take a bag of trash because it's filthy. It also has poison ivy coming outside of the shelter, coming inside the shelter from the outside. And then last but not least, could you provide an incentive for bus drivers who report filthy bus stops? Just, something, we're all trying to, this is a team concept here. So we're all trying to encourage people to help us to keep MARTA's bus shelters a lot more cleaner, safer, et cetera. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to be heard at this public hearing? All right.
Good evening. Thank you all for coming out to Riverdale to support us. I wanted to ask if you all would ever consider putting more lighting at the bus stop areas. Because oftentimes I know where I get on, which is Flint River and Thomas Road, roughly about 6:20 a.m., the drivers, if you don't have a light or your phone, they don't see you. So that was concern. And also some of the stops, not so much in my area, but I get off at the I get off here at Walmart, and I catch the 196 into College Park. But there are often a lot of people hanging out at that area that are not catching the bus. And it literally is a hangout for them. So, and then the people that are actually riding, we often can't sit because of that. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Listening. Yes.
And for the record, that was Kim Battles. Mr. Eric Cook.
Good evening, how y'all doing? I'm here tonight because I was told by a friend of mine about the meeting. And one thing I would like to see addressed on dealing with the 191 is that the dealing with how many buses that's on the route. Some people say it's 3 buses, some people say 4. I would like to see, if possible, could we get 6 buses on that route? Because I've been looking at the 196, and the 196 has about 6 buses. They run back to back. And the only problem I see right now is the 191, I feel like it need more buses on that route, And pretty much also the maintenance on the bus. Sometimes it breaks down. 2 minutes left, okay. It breaks down sometimes. Other than that, the bus drivers are pretty much friendly. I ain't got no problem with them. It's just that I would like to see more buses on the route and see that the maintenance try to be kept up on the buses. I thank y'all for listening.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right.
Is there anyone else who wishes to be heard? Okay. You can come back. Yes, sir. And this is Mr. Albert Frederica, I apologize. Did I say it right? Okay. I forgot my glasses to be able to read, so that's all my fault.
Hello, how you doing? Thank y'all for, I appreciate you. Thank y'all for so much for doing this. I really appreciate it, and seeing my beautiful mayor. I thought this was mayor, I'm sorry. My only concern is the maintenance on the bus, because there's issues, like when I get on the bus, me being in a wheelchair, it's like sometimes it's, you never know what the ramp, if the ramp working, the handicap ramp is working or not. And it's a real big inconvenience when you have to get embarrassed by the bus driver and they tell you, oh, my ramp don't work, and they don't want to put the physical time in to let it down for you, and then you have to wait for a whole nother bus. So that's just my only gripe that I have.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? All right, if there are no others in attendance who wish to speak, I would like to note that you may submit comments no later than September the 19th of 2024. Please be assured that MARTA is interested in your comments. Persons desiring to provide oral comments about the proposed bus service modifications may call 404-848-5299 and submit comments via voicemail message. Written comments can also be sent via email to publichearinginfo@itsmarta.com. Persons may also provide written comments by U.S. mail to MARTA External Affairs at 2424 Piedmont Road, Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia, 30324. An overview of the proposed bus service adjustments, routing, and maps can be viewed online at itsmarta.com. Physical copies of the proposed bus service changes, routing, and maps will also be available for public viewing at MARTA headquarters, 2424 Piedmont Road, until September the 19th of 2024. I would like to close by noting that there were 8 people present today and 7 made comments. There were no media representatives and 9 MARTA board members and staff present. Thank you all for your participation at this public hearing. We are now adjourned. Good night.